Yes.
I would just like some clarification on that SB1 to the disabled veterans portion of it.
Yep.
Are we losing the exemptions and gaining the 250, or are we getting?
So it's a great question, and we're working on it. So the goal was to make it two parts. One, expand how many disabled veterans were getting the tax benefit. So right now, there's they're horribly titled. There's the total disability tax benefit and the partial disability tax benefit. If I asked you which one got more in tax benefit, raise your hand if you think total gets more or partial gets more. Right? Now you know the answer is partial because I kind of set up the statement. So total disability is at least you're either over 62 years old and have some form of disability, at least 10%, or your total disability under 62. Partial disability, you would have, I think it is minimum of 10%, and it came during war times. Right now, on partial disability, it's up to $24,950 of deductions. That's current law before SB1. And the total disability is $14,900 of deductions. On the total disability, there's a max of your house had to be less than $240,000 of assessed value. We did not cap the partial. And so there are disabled veterans today who do not receive a tax benefit because it wasn't during war and your home's assessed over 240. Well, your tax benefit is zero. You do not get a tax benefit for it. So what we did was we changed it to a credit and took away the cap on the total. The idea is you could get up to $400 if you had the 250 partial plus the 150, it's up to 400, or you have 150 or 250. Right now. So the idea is there on some of the math on the low end and the high end, there are people who they're basically they're going slightly up. There's discussions now to go back and then remove the cap on the total. Because the big thing that we're trying to do is make it, if you are a disabled veteran, you should get a tax benefit. Just saying, hey, your house is 200, you bought a house at $110,000 of assessed value, time's gone by, and next year you go from 238 assessed value to 242, 2,042,000, if I can say the number right, you lose your benefit. That's a horrific public policy. So we're trying to make sure that if you are a disabled veteran and you are a homeowner, you get a tax benefit. So we will probably see a switchback potentially on that. The goal is to expand the benefit. On some edges, there were some people who were actually with SB1 switch were making it a little bit less, and that's not our goal.